Thank you for listening to the story, The Village That Forgot Time. If you liked this story, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell to get more simple English stories every week. Your support helps me share more stories with you. Thank you. The Village That Forgot Time is a simple and amazing English story for learners. This story is about a traveler who finds a strange village. In the village, people do not grow old and children never grow up. Time has stopped, but is life real without change? This story is great for beginner English learners. Emir was a young traveler. He walked for many days through the forest. The trees were tall. The path was long. His shoes were old. His stomach was empty. He said softly, "I need a place to rest. I need food. I need water." Suddenly he saw smoke in the distance. He thought, where there is smoke, there is a village. So he followed the smoke. Soon Emir arrived at the village. It was small but beautiful. There were little houses with wooden doors. The gardens were full of flowers. The streets were very clean. But the village was quiet. No sound of animals. No sound of children playing. Only silence. Emir felt strange. He whispered, "Why is it so quiet here?" Then Emir saw a woman. She was carrying a pot of water. She smiled kindly. "Hello, stranger," she said. "You look tired. Please come inside and rest." Emir was happy. He followed the woman into her house. She gave him bread, soup, and water. The food was simple but warm. "Thank you," Emir said. "You are very kind." The woman only smiled. While eating, Emir looked around the room. He saw a clock on the wall. The clock hands did not move. Emir asked, "Is your clock broken?" The woman said nothing. She just smiled again. Emir felt confused. After lunch, Emir walked outside. He wanted to see more of the village. He saw many people. Some worked in the fields. Some carried baskets of fruit. Some sat outside their houses talking. Everyone looked happy, but Emir noticed something strange. The children were small. They never grew bigger. The old people looked strong. They never grew weaker. Emir thought, "This is not normal." Emir spoke to a man in the street. "Excuse me, sir," Emir said. "I see children, but they never grow. I see old people, but they never change. Why is everyone the same age?" The man smiled but did not answer. He walked away. Emir asked another person. This time the person whispered, "In this village, time does not move." Emir was shocked. "No time? That is impossible," he said. The person whispered again, "A long time ago, our village made a promise. We wanted to stop pain. We wanted to stop death. So we asked nature to stop time. And nature agreed." Emir listened carefully. At first, he thought it was wonderful. No one grew old. No one died. But then he saw sadness in the children's eyes. They stayed children forever. They never learned. They never became adults. That night, Emir could not sleep. He looked out the window. The stars in the sky did not move. The moon stayed in one place. The wind did not blow. The night was frozen. Emir whispered to himself, "This is not life." Life means change. Without change, there is no future. The next morning, Emir called the villagers. He stood under a big tree in the center of the village. All the people came to listen. Emir said, "My friends, you must choose. Do you want to stay like this forever, safe but never changing? Or do you want time to move again? It may bring pain, it may bring death, but it will also bring growth, learning, and new life. The people were silent. They were afraid. Some villagers said, "We are safe here. We don't want to grow old." Other villagers said, "But we want to see our children grow. We want to see the seasons change. We want to see the future." The village argued. The people spoke all day. Finally, they agreed. They were ready. The villagers walked to the old tree in the middle of the village. This was the tree that connected them to nature. They touched the tree and said together, "We are ready. Let time move again." Suddenly, the air changed. The wind blew gently. The clock in the woman's house began to tick. The moon crossed the sky. The stars moved. The children laughed as they grew taller. The old people smiled as their hair turned white. The gardens changed with the seasons. The birds sang again. Amir sat under a tree. 3 children came near him. They laughed and asked, "Traveler, tell us a story." Amir looked at them. "How old are you?" he asked. One child said, "I am 5. Another said, "I am 6. The third said, "I am 7. Amir was surprised. "But you look the same size. Are you sure?" The children nodded. "Yes, we are always the same. We play the same games. We never grow taller." Amir felt sad. He thought, "These children will never go to school. They will never learn new things. They will never become adults." Later, Amir saw an old man sitting on a chair. His face had no wrinkles. His hands were strong. Amir asked, "Grandfather, how long have you lived here?" The man answered, "I do not know. Maybe 100 years, maybe more. I cannot feel time. I cannot remember my birthday. I just stay the same." Amir asked again, "Are you happy?" The man closed his eyes. "At first, yes. I was not afraid of death. But after many years, I felt empty. I wanted change. I wanted to see my children grow. But they did not. They stayed the same." Amir met a mother holding a small baby. He smiled and said, "Your baby is very beautiful." The mother looked down with sad eyes. "She will always be a baby," she said. "She will never walk. She will never speak. She will never grow." Amir touched the baby's hand. He whispered, "This is not life. This is only waiting." The next day, Amir gathered more people. He said, "Friends, listen to me. Time is important. Without time, there is no growth. Without growth, there is no future." A young man shouted, "But we are safe here. No sickness, no death, no pain." Amir answered, "Yes, but no joy either. No learning, no love, no real change. Life is not only safety. Life is movement." The people began to think deeply. The villagers sat in groups. Some said, "We want to stay safe. We want to live forever." Others said, "No, we want to see our children grow. We want to see new seasons. We want to live a real life." The discussion lasted all day and all night. Finally, they decided together, "We will bring back time." The villagers gathered at the old tree again. They lit candles around it. They sang old songs. They touched the tree's trunk. They said loudly, "We are ready. Let time move again." The ground shook softly. The air became warm. The sky slowly changed color. The stars began to move. The next morning was different. The sun rose slowly. The light touched the village. Children woke up and felt taller. They laughed and shouted, "Look, my clothes are small. I am bigger. Old people looked in the mirror. They saw white hair. They saw lines in their faces. But they smiled. They were alive again. The seasons started to change. Leaves turned yellow in autumn. Snow fell in winter. Flowers grew in spring. The people were amazed. They said, "We have lost many years, but now we will live again. We will enjoy every moment." After some weeks, Amir said goodbye. The villagers thanked him. They gave him bread and fruit for the journey. The children waved. The old man smiled. The mother held her baby. Now the baby could stand. Amir walked into the forest again. He felt happy and sad at the same time. Happy because the village was alive. Sad because he had to leave his new friends. But Amir knew one thing. He would never forget the village that forgot time.